September 10, 5:45 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Why is Kane here?
Why is Kane here? That's a very good question. What is this incredibly overpowering sweet scent?
Oh, I just thought of something. I might have to switch between K and bad. That's worse than old bag.
It smells like flowers.
You don't run very fast, Uncle!
Oh, shit.
I'm not surprised she ran to him then. Uncle Bad! Is this it?
Isn't that a little bad in K over there? Looks like she managed to escape the bailiff.
Oh no, the bailiff entered the room, saw Kay, was about to get her, and Uncle Bad just looked at her. What are you doing?
Well, it's interesting.
And he ran for the pills.
It's interesting that Bad may be her uncle. Huh. Not what I expected.
It's probably not an actual uncle, but she's probably here enough because of her dad, Faraday. That she just got used to him, and him and Faraday are good. They're friendly, likely, because of the Yatagarasu case and stuff.
Right.
So she probably just took to calling him Uncle Bad.
No, that's not quite it.
Aw, too bad. But it's so pretty.
I think you're still a bit too young to be wearing that. But since you found it, I guess I can let you keep it.
Is that how that works?
Not really.
Thanks! I'll treasure it always!
Those two seem to get along rather well.
Well, yeah.
Oh, here. I've got something else for you.
Oh, God.
Aww.
Yay! Thank you, Uncle Bad! Earlier, I was gummy.
Gummy? Oh, you mean gumshoe?
Gummy is... He was trying to be nice to me because I was gonna get in trouble. Just don't talk while you're eating and crying, Kay. And then I got in trouble because you had to protect me. Gummy.
Oh my god.
I know he didn't kill Danny. Oh my god. Just laughing too hard.
Take your time. Take a little bit of breathing. Don't worry.
Oh my god. I didn't know they had this kind of relationship.
Yeah, I did not expect this relationship either.
I didn't expect that kind of animation either.
They're just stuffing herself with the Swiss roll.
Don't cry. Faraday would be sad if he saw you crying.
I'm not crying.
Kay,
Oh, it's the mister from before and the lady too.
don't you think it would be a good idea to go home for the time being? Sure, you have a mother or something. You're not involved in the investigation, so it's for the best if you do.
Now, Mthis. #1 rule of anime court is like only Wendy Oldbag is married or was married.
That is true.
Nobody else is ever married in this universe.
Apart from a thief.
Oh, that's true. Ron Delight?
Yeah, Run the light.
He was great. Why is it the criminals and people we don't like are the ones who are happily married?
It's a very good...
Everyone else just isn't.
Yeah, that's a very good question.
Actually, I'm Uncle Bad's assistant, so I'm related to the investigation. Kay, don't you grow up to be Yatagarasu, which is what your Uncle Bad doesn't like?
Oh, my god.
You know what? Screw it. Uncle Bad is an alien, and he is the Yatagarasu.
Must be why he's checking his...
He can sneak into anywhere he feels like, because he is that intimidating. Everyone just gets out of his way.
Well, perhaps that's why he's checking his face all the time to make sure his disguise is keeping up.
That would be perfect. New headcanon. If we get no one else, it's Uncle Bad. He is the Yatagarasu.
Is that so, Detective Bad?
Yeah, I guess.
What? You were just scolding us like kids to not mess up the crime scene. And now you let this child run free? Why?
I don't like you. People are free to investigate things outside of the actual crime scene. You also had a few things you wanted to look into. Got a problem with that?
I don't have a problem with that, but I'm curious as to what Miss Yu is looking into.
How to better frame Gumshoe. Uncle Bad! I'm gonna go look somewhere else now, okay?
All right, I'm counting on you.
Oh, that's right. Hey, mister.
Yes, what is it?
I know Gummy really isn't the bad guy. I mean it. So, please, find the real bad guy, okay? I'm still going with you.
I won't forgive whoever did this. But in the absence of the perfect piece of testimony and evidence, there's no one else who could be the true culprit other than Detective Gumshoe. You wandered off while I was pondering.
She didn't have time for you.
Well, at least you don't have to swap between them a lot here.
Ugh, yeah, I know. Alright, why is this window open?
One of the windows in the lobby is open as well. The air conditioner is working just fine in this room. Why did they open it, I wonder? Wait, wouldn't that mean they would allow them to hear the gunshot more easily?
Not only that, Detective Bad is the problem here. Because he was in here with you, so unless he left for a short time, maybe she could have passed a knife on to the other dude?
That's true. An expensive painting is ill-suited to be hanging on the wall of this room. I wonder if a card detail should be placed on it. Why do you say that? Well, that's what low-paid detective might make off with it someday. You never know.
Okay, look, Gumshoe wouldn't know how to sell a painting.
She may be thinking about hiring a guard. It's obvious she isn't factoring in that guard's salary whatsoever.
They'd be better paid than Gumshoe. Then again, Francisca here is better paid than Gumshoe and she doesn't even have a job.
Very true. But an incredibly strong scented herbal tea. I fear that, more than being relaxing, this scent may make one a bit heady instead.
You put in a special request for that.
No wonder she's so violent. She's been drinking cis stuffs the whole time.
Violent? Violent?
Neither woman should be allowed to comment on this particular topic. Ever.
Violent? She's violent? Francisca? Really? I'm done with you.
This decorative plant's leaves are shinier than the ones on the plant in lobby number 2. That's probably because it's next to the windows. It's easier to photosynthesize. Maybe you're right. Plus the curtain's always drawn in lobby number 2.
But they're not now.
The caretakers of this courthouse don't think enough about the plans, do they? That's because they're the courthouse's caretakers, not a bunch of botanists. Now why?
But we know about the window.
Yeah.
That one's open.
This television is the same model as the one in defendant lobby number 2. Looks like the two rooms are basically the same. Okay.
Oops.
Yes.
In layout and supplies.
Yeah, in layout and supplies. The two rooms are basically the same, which means we can probably find discrepancies. You can see down into the courthouse courtyard from here. What is that mess supposed to be? It's like an optical illusion.
Can you even look out the window, Francisca?
I believe it's supposed to be postmodern in design. Or they look in some kind of art piece. More like thoughtlessness in design. Can't disagree there.
Okay, Detective Bad, buddy, pal, you can put your arm down. You've been like that for like 2 minutes now.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
I think he's just having a staring contest with that plant.
Detective Bad, can you stop having a staring contest with that plant and tell me what exactly was Kay searching for?
Oh, fine. I was going to win, though.
Nothing that concerns you, boy.
Oh, and I suppose it has something to do with Kay.
It does, because she's Faraday's daughter. Anyway, hurry up and get to the point. Alright, my disguises still work. I don't have time to waste.
It sounds like he'd rather be left alone.
I'm so glad he's an alien.
I have something I'd like to confirm with you once again.
I don't have anything to say to you.
Be that as it may, we still have questions that we need answers to. Now then, first of all, what is the overpowering smell that is permeating this room? Upon entering this room, I thought I was going to suffocate.
Ugh. Like me when I'm in, what was it, Bath and Body Works, I think? I used to have to go count in there. I would instantly get a headache because of the conflicting amount of smells. It sucked.
It's that ultra strong perfume you wears. She spilled some of it. I was having a bad time of it myself. I didn't think twice and opened the window, but that smell's still here.
Man, that's some strong stuff. Holy shit.
Yeah, some of these perfumes got really strong.
Perfume,
Like, as I said with Bath and Body Works, I would enter the building and I would recognize all the million smells.
Oh, God.
And they're conflicting, so imagine that.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
It was.
So the sweets in the air is perfume. Well, it's giving off quite a stench. I bet it's some cheap no-name brand.
She said it's a famous brand from overseas.
She's
Probably from Copenhagen or whatever.
She's from
Cadopian.
She's from overseas.
Yeah, she's Cadopian.
Oh,
so she probably just has a top brand from there.
Oh, no, I'm talking about Francisca. He's overseas.
To be fair, there's a lot of things that are overseas.
Very true.
I mean, technically speaking, whether this takes place in China or Japan, all of Europe is overseas.
Yeah,
all of Asia is also overseas.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that, actually.
It's all overseas. I mean, technically, America would be overseas, but in this situation, South America is not overseas. But Japan is.
That is true. It's a knockoff. Yes, definitely a knockoff.
No disrespect, but she forced one of those bottles on me. Here, little girl, you can have it.
I was spawned for a much more expensive and refined perfume.
Do you wear perfume?
Well, she is German, so I could see her wear perfume. However, seeing as how you just happen to have a spare, I suppose I'll take it.
Oh yeah, she's a tsundere. I forgot about that.
Miles Edgeworth, you will hold on to this bottle without fail.
Why?
Why can't she ever be honest about her once?
Angel.
Angel. Is that that might be Italian or French.
I think it'd be Angel though, not Angele.
Yeah.
But who knows?
It might be French.
Why would she give it to Bad? Trying to make him smell good? Does he smell? I think I take some offense.
Yeah, I'm wondering why she would do that. So now we have the perfume Miss Yu wears. Just fantastic.
Which means what Kay found is also likely the spilled perfume.
Yeah.
Or at least the empty bottle of it.
Is that all you want to talk about? If so, I'm going back to investigating.
Actually, I still have a few other things I wish to inquire about. So you were in this room the entire recess?
Like I said, I made a call to the precinct to get that big lug down here. But other than that, I was waiting for the recess to end in here.
At least your story is consistent. So that means
Gumshoe's story was consistent too.
So that means he did leave this room to call. Earlier, you stated that you were in this lobby with Miss Yu.
Yeah, I ran into her in the hallway. She said she wanted to talk to me about something, so we came in here.
So he went to call Gumshoe. She assassinated the two of them, went in here and got an alibi. The question is, how did she do the gunshot?
Yeah, that is what I am most curious about too.
I know in some shows and stuff they can cobble something together to make a gun shoot on a timer, but I don't know how they would do it in this case.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. Then what you're saying is that until Detective Gumshoe's arrival, you and Miss Yu were in two different locations.
Guess I am.
Interesting. Speaking of that lawyer, she seems to have a great dislike for you. Let's see, Miss Yu is the sister of the victim of the KG8 incident, and as I recall, Detective Bad was the lead detective on the case. I wonder if the reason for her disdain isn't simply because she failed to guard Cece, but because you were the lead detective on the case.
You do?
I also know that today's trial involving the Cordobian embassy staff member is being referred to as the second KG8 incident. Now then, Detective, I believe it's time you were honest with me, and told me the truth behind your relationship with Miss Yu and Mr. Faraday, and the KG8 incident.
If you already know that much, I guess it'd be alright to tell you.
Okay, thank you. Now then, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the KG8 incident.
It's not exactly a happy story, other than the people who were directly involved. You two will be the first to hear what I'm about to tell.
Knew it! Knew it was a lollipop!
The honest truth behind the KG8 incident is there's the lollipop. I carry them in my coat.
Oh my god, that's what the holes are for. He can stick unopened lollipops in each of them.
Oh my god.
He ran out though earlier. So that's why it's just full of holes.
Faraday, you and I, as you already know, we three were involved with the KG8 incident. Faraday and I, we were originally on the trail of a smuggling ring.
You mean the smuggling case involving one of the Amano Group's secretaries?
Huh, that trial was just a front.
A facade?
Yeah, but the case became tainted. All because the witness who was going to testify about the Amano Group's ties to the smuggling ring, CCU, was killed.
Then what became of the secretary who was arrested?
His name was Colin Devore.
In the future, he goes by, Oliver or something. What was his name? Oliver or something?
Yeah, Oliver, and I don't remember the last name. Oliver Deacon.
Ah, yes, dead guy.
To be honest, that guy didn't know a thing about the smuggling ring.
Ah, but he probably did.
Very likely.
But he confessed to knowing about it anyway. Devore was probably being intimidated by the big boss man. Just another scapegoat.
He was then rehired later. And killed for kidnapping. It was a weird case.
Very weird. The boss man of the Amano group? Can't seriously mean Mr. Ernest Amano.
Definitely can.
That can't be right. Probably just Detective Bat's personal hypothesis.
I'm right, you know.
What is he trying to do? Suspecting Mr. Amano of being involved with smuggling?
Mr. Amano is a rich guy. I would always suspect them.
I suppose it would have been quite difficult to secure an acquittal after he confessed. But the man who killed CCU, Manny Cochin, was a completely different person. But since he's already been acquitted once of her murder, Mr. Faraday, how could you have let him go? If I remember correctly, I heard that Mr. Faraday had an important piece of evidence stolen from him.
That wasn't Faraday's fault.
You know what? I bet Detective Bad did smoke, but then he became Uncle Bad and he started using a lollipop.
That was probably a very good point. Yeah, that's actually a good point, probably. Yeah, I would see that.
It was mine. I wasn't vigilant enough. Faraday, Cece. I was supposed to protect them both. It's why I can win staring contests with inanimate objects now.
Miss Yu did mention that as well. About how Detective Bad was supposed to guard her sister.
But even I, who's supposed to protect them, I fell into their trap.
What kind of trap?
The anime kind of trap.
No!
Huh. The holes in this jacket are a testament to that trap.
Oh.
It also is very good at storing lollipops.
You mean you were fired upon? You were shot at that many times in one gunfight?
No. Only about half of these are from that case. The other half I put there myself. But the reason I continue to wear this jacket is to remind myself of how handsome I am. I mean, of the lessons I learned from the KG-8 incident.
I see.
I couldn't protect CCU, and the suspect was found not guilty. We had to hit a brick wall, as far as the law was concerned.
Oh, we had hit a brick wall.
And that's when she came to the courtroom. The victim's sister. That's when I first met Callisto Yu.
Okay.
Oh my god. This is just gonna be welcome to the exposition episode, nothing else.
Yes, just the exposition. About when you first met Miss Yu. It was on the day the verdict of the KG incident was handed down, was it not?
Yes. Faraday and I. We apologized to her from the bottom of our hearts. It was all we could do. But just saying you're sorry won't bring my sister back, she said. And then she gave me a hard slap across the face. It felt good. I mean, nothing.
Well, she certainly had a lot of self-control to stop at just a slap.
Yeah, you probably would have whipped him 20 times.
Yep, more or less. If it was me, not even 100 lashes would have been punishment enough.
Would you even cared if you had a sister? Like, would Von Karma have allowed you to care?
Who knows? We know Franziska does have a kind side sometimes.
She does, but if she had a sister, like if Von Karma actually had another kid, I wonder how he would raise them.
Yeah, that's a
because Edgeworth, it's known he's not part of the actual family.
Yeah.
I suppose not. You said it herself, that she never wanted to see either of us ever again.
But after that, you've seen her many times over, correct?
Yeah, Faraday and I, even after the KG-8 incident had come to a close. We continued to hunt down the smuggling ring and got involved in a variety of cases. But it was no use. We cracked so many different cases.
Except Yatagarasu.
But the result was always the same. We couldn't find the real mastermind behind the ring.
Is the ring really that big?
Yes.
It was in the pursuit of the ring that we met you once again. We tried throwing it into a volcano, but it didn't work.
Oh, I think I've heard this story or read it, rather.
It was during another trial, relating to the smuggling ring. Faraday was the prosecutor, and I, as the lead detective, took to the witness stand. You. She appeared out of the blue as the defense attorney.
What is this, Godot? Phoenix ain't here, I'm busy. Phoenix is here, hi! I'm back.
Yeah, basically, so Yu's just gonna show up every time Bad is doing something?
Or Faraday.
Yeah.
This is confirmed. You is just another version of Godot. Except less of a coffee addict.
Yeah.
More of a perfume and tea addict, I guess. And less cool.
Yeah, I miss Godot. Her client was related to the smuggling ring. She was defending them.
Yeah. You was pursuing the ring as best she could as a lawyer. I think she defended Rel this time, for the same reason.
Come to think of it, you did say something to the same effect.
I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG8 incident, alright?
Wait a second. She said, didn't they say she was kind of violent normally? Perhaps that herbal tea calms her down and makes her in a laughing mood.
It could.
There's something I'm thinking. Anyway, and for that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer.
Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rel was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him. Ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to.
It doesn't matter what her reason is. Helping a criminal is just despicable.
You're so naive, little girl. I could have stolen this lollipop from you. That's how naive you are.
How dare you insult the daughter of a Von Karma?
Just like us, you felt that she had hit the limit of what the law could do. That's all.
That lollipop is lasting a long time.
Yeah, I must say, it really is. Law's merely a tool. There is no limit to it. Only the skill of the craftsman.
There's definitely a limit to it.
You two are still too young, but one day, you'll know what I mean. But enough sidetracking. What matters is that we met you again in pursuit of the smuggling ring.
Seriously, this is all just exposition.
So what was your relation to Mr. Faraday? You even seem to know Kay fairly well.
I met him when he was a rookie prosecutor. Known him ever since. And Kay, I've known her since the day she was born.
Oh, damn!
Oh, okay, so that's why he's like an uncle to her, basically. Like, he's probably been the guy she sees the most around her father, like, you know, the guy that her father's just all the time.
To be fair, he probably visits for her birthday and everything at the very least.
Yeah, I suspect the guy is pretty close to them.
Yeah.
Faraday and I, we cracked quite a few cases together.
But you two seem to have made no progress at all in the Yatagarasu case. Did you touch a nerve?
Huh. I only have one thing to say to you. No one knew more about the Yatagarasu than me and Faraday. That's why I was called upon to testify in today's trial. In the future, Kay will also know about Yatagarasu for some reason. Totally not because I'm an alien in Yatagarasu myself. To prove that Pharrell was not the real Yatagarasu, which I would have done if he hadn't turned around and accused Faraday. After the accusation, I was asked to testify, but this time, to prove or disprove the accusation. But I guess I won't be doing that either.
I sense that there's more to that statement than meets the eye. Perhaps a bit more digging into the Yatagarasu is what's necessary.
This is exposition only!
More exposition! Yay! You claim to know much about the Yatagarasu. Would you care to share what you know with me?
Huh. What you two should be looking for right now is proof of murderous intent towards Faraday and Rel.
I agree. It's exactly why I'm asking you about the Yatagarasu.
What?
The KG8 incident and this second KG8 incident. Both of these cases are tied to the smuggling ring. And in both of these cases, the witness who was to testify about the ring was murdered. However, there's one point in which they differ, and that is the presence or absence of the great thief, Yatagarasu. Mr. Rel claimed to be the Yatagarasu. However, in the middle of the trial, he suddenly declared Mr. Faraday to be the real Yatagarasu. Then, during the recess, they were both killed. Don't you find that to be at least a bit odd? Miles Edgeworth, stop beating around the bush and just spit it out already! I believe that there must be some reason that the two men suspected of being Yatagarasu were both killed at the same time.
A reason? Huh.
And so, in order to catch Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel's cold-blooded killer, I feel that I need to learn as much as I can about the Yatagarasu.
If it will help you solve this case. More exposition. I'll tell you. I'll tell you the reason why we've never caught the Yatagarasu. It's not me, totally. I'm not an alien.
Oh, that's an outburst for! You almost made me whip you by accident!
I dare you.
Ah, no! It still accidentally whipped me anyway.
There are three main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. Third, the Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind, ever.
What? How? How are they this magical?
I see. So those are the Yatagarasu special traits. Sounds like an incredibly elusive thief.
The Yatagarasu has never been caught on tape. never tries to draw anyone's attention, and would never do something as lowbrow as commit murder.
He might actually be the Yatagarasu!
Oh my god, I think you might be right. I think that is the Yatagarasu!
That would be hilarious if he's the actual Yatagarasu. Oh my god. That would just make me so happy.
That would be so funny.
That's how I knew that Rel wasn't the real Yatagarasu right away.
But you can't use that sort of logic on its own to prove that he wasn't.
I just did. Listen, little girl, I'm not done talking yet. What's different about this time was that evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police, and the sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Cadopian embassy, the Yatagarasu.
The Yatagarasu sent the evidence?
Until now, the Yatagarasu would always publicize any corrupt dealings through the mass media. But not this time. The evidence this time was something only Faraday and I, and a select few others knew about.
In that case, how can you be so sure it was the Yatagarasu who sent it?
That's easy. A special card that only the Yatagarasu uses was attached.
It's not like there's ever not been fake people.
That's true.
I mean, literally, Mask Star, Mask had a fake.
Yeah, that was
Not
fake.
sure how the dude faked it with his nose, but whatever.
That's how I can be so sure.
And just what sort of card is it?
Here, take a look at this article.
Huh. Neat. This again. Is this the same exact one as before?
And no, this is different.
From
because-
like 7 years in the future?
No, this is different. I say in this one in the future, it says like it's a whole company corporate thing. This is an embassy.
Okay, so it's 90% the same and they just changed a few words.
Basically.
Whenever the Yatagarasu wants to publicize something, a white card is sent along with the stolen information. But when we questioned Rel about what was sent along with the white card, Rel had no idea what it was.
And that's how the bad knew that Mr. Rel was a phony. Thank you very much. I have a much better understanding of the Yatagarasu now.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. Seriously, Bad's voice killed me.
Yes?
His Honor would like to transfer the evidence from today's trial over to you. So if you could please head over to the courtroom, it'd be much appreciated, sir.
Understood. I'll be there shortly. Dr. Bat, what does the law mean to you?
Finding the answer to that question is the only reason I'm still alive. In other words, I have no idea.
Damn, that almost sounded deep, to be honest. I became a prosecutor to find the answer to that question myself, and to play a part in ensuring that all criminals everywhere are found guilty.
Guilty!
And to the courtroom. Hello, Judge.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Edgeworth.
It appears that His Honor is still a bit dispirited.
For the first time today, I experienced what it's like to stand at the witness stand. And I have a greater appreciation for just how hard it is to give testimony.
Perhaps that's why he's so lenient.
Ugh.
Because he has an understanding for how hard and difficult it is. You know?
Yeah, but some of these people are obvious liars, so...
Well, there's no reason for you to be all depressed about it, Your Honor. As a judge, no one expects you to think about anything other than the verdict. Francisca, there's no need to further depress His Honor.
How did they get this job? Does being old be one of the requirements?
Yeah, that would honestly not surprise me. That's like one of the criteria. But I'm not trying to, Miles. Your Honor? Your Honor, I've come to collect the evidence that was to be transferred to me.
Here.
Your Honor, the evidence... Your Honor!
Oh, yes, can I help you?
I'd like to collect the evidence now, sir. Your Honor, do you think you can stay focused long enough to at least do your job?
Yes, I'm sorry. And I would accept that the defense attorney has yet to arrive.
She is busy with the investigation. Let's keep this brief, shall we?
Very well. In that case, please confirm that all the pieces of evidence are present. Furthermore, the evidence that was used in the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel are also included, so please go ahead and use them in your investigation into their case.
Understood, Your Honor. Piece of evidence that were used in the murder of those two men. This could be a very good chance for me to find new leads regarding their case. Maybe even something that will finally lead me to the truth.
I placed all the evidence over the prosecutor's bench for you.
Yeah? I see. Thank you very much. I will go and confirm that they all are accounted for.
Let's check if this gun is loaded.
So this is the evidence related to today's Cordobian embassy trial. Mr. Faraday's bag. You mean the evidence packs that was on the table in lobby number 2, right?
Yes.
Yes. Finally, we can now take a look at the evidence itself and not just the data about it. Let's be sure to thoroughly examine them while we have the time. Agreed. I want to take a good look at all the evidence from the embassy murder too. And why is that? Because I still don't fully understand what today's trial was about. Don't point your crop at me just because you don't know something. And don't you try to order me around just because Papa chose you today. Is someone still sore about not being picked by Mr. Von Karma? It's also real to see the knife up close. So we have the knife, the gun, an envelope. And what's this organizer doing here?
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot to tell you.
About what, Your Honor?
They found Mr. Faraday's personal organizer inside the evidence bag of his. That the bad question be passed along to you. That it would help the investigation or something.
But the bat said that. What a strange stroke of luck. Well, there will look a gift horse in the mouth. Might as well flip through it too. Well,
Yeah.
Look and cranny. I took a quick look through these documents before the trial started. Well, I wasn't even afforded the opportunity to skim it. Suppose I should explain it to you then. Yes, you should. Perfectly, and in its entirety, if you please. On the night of September 8th, an embassy staff member was killed in front of the embassy. The staff member died of shock due to being shot in the heart.
Do you die to shock from that, or you just die otherwise?
Yeah, you would. I would.
Is it actually shock that kills you at that point?
I guess.
Like medically?
I guess if the bullet is so small, it doesn't destroy the heart entirely. I guess it would cause shock. Mackerel, I need to say that again. Mackerel was brought in that night as a suspect and thoroughly questioned. Because the murder weapon was found on him, for which he was arrested on the spot. A simpleton of a man. That's what he was. Perhaps he was. The weapon wasn't the only incriminating evidence again he had. Mr. Well was caught in the act on film by a security camera. He was an even bigger simpleton than I thought. I believe he didn't notice a security camera.
I mean, it's dark out there, not easy to notice, and some of them are pretty well hidden.
Oh yeah. The Cordobian embassy security system is supposed to be very well designed. You may have simply not been aware that there was a camera in the area. So, have you seen the contents of the video for yourself? Yes, the surveillance video the security camera took was played during the trial by Mr. Faraday. You can clearly identify Mr. Rell on it. When the sound of the gunshot was crystal clear. But the footage included sound, huh? I don't think I'd ever want to see the moment of someone's death in real life. Does she? I don't think she does, as far as we know.
What if you had a copy of this and just played the gunshot sound at a loud volume?
Oh my god, you might be right. They put it on in the...
So during the time Bad was getting gumshoe, she went in there, murdered the two of them, set the whole thing up, left, like cleaned up and left. She then spoke with Bad for a while, and then on a timer or something, that gunshot played. Just the sound.
Yeah, from the TV or something.
And that's why the windows were opened, to make it even easier to hear.
Yeah. Oh my god, she was sneaky, holy shit.
Assuming it's her. I'm assuming it's her at this point, though.
Me neither. Unfortunately, you're gonna see people die in front of you, Edgeworth, so
He would never.
Mr. Faraday's organizer. It appears he was in the habit of using it.
It looks like he wrote his strategy for getting Mr. Rell convicted down in there.
Collect the evidence I need to prove Rell was the killer.
Yes,
Between the handgun Rell had on him when he was arrested and the surveillance tape, I should be able to prove that he was the one.
It appears that Mr. Faraday honestly believed that Mr. Rell was the killer in the case.
The sound of his handgun going off was recorded with superb clarity on the surveillance video. I also have evidence that I can use to prove that Rell is not the real Yatagarasu.
It also appeared he had proved that Mr. Rell was not the Yatagarasu.
I just said that. No matter how he may try to play it, as long as I have the Yatagarasu's key, I can prove he's a phony. If I present it to him in court, it should clear everything up.
And he apparently also had a very definitive piece of evidence.
A long battle, I hope that this will finally bring it to an end.
As I believe that Mr. Faraday was well prepared to discredit any claim Mr. Rell may have made about being the real Yatagarasu.
And he had a data proves that Mr. Rell was the guilty party in the embassy murder.
Organizers clues straight from Mr. Faraday. I'll have to take it my time and give it a thorough read later.
Yay.
Look, there's a picture stuck between the pages here.
What?
Oh, it's like the knife. It has a similar handle, I think.
But it's a key.
It appears to be a key.
A really weird key.
And rather ornate one at that. Just look at the design on the handle. The craftsmanship is superb.
Damn, Edgeworth, your voice changed.
Oh, sorry. Why do I keep...
And you got German.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll read that. The craftsmanship is superb. Could this be the Yatagarasu key that Mr. Faraday mentioned in his organizer?
The Yatagarasu's key?
Yes, It's a magical alien device that points at a door and instantly unlocks it no matter what.
How fascinating. That the bat said something earlier.
Mr. Faraday must have been trying to keep this secret key safe.
As the prosecutor on both the Altagrasso and smuggling ring cases, has to be expected.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can see the knife. It has a similar... Oh my god, I think I just figured it out. It's the knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday, but do you want me to explain what I just figured out?
Go for it.
You see how the pattern on the knife handle is? You can flip it up to be like the key. So it's a hidden blade that's also a key.
Ha! That would be something.
Because I just noticed the patterns briefly, and they would line up that if you split it side by side, it would do that.
That's something, alright.
Who would have thought that such a beautiful piece of art could be used for such a cruel act?
It's never crossed your mind that you used your riding crop for the wrong purpose?
It is meant to whip things into submission. She is using it for its purpose perfectly.
That's odd.
That is it.
Mr. Faraday didn't mention anything about a knife in his organizer, because he probably didn't know it was also a knife.
That certainly is odd.
Oh my god, it's a keyblade!
Yeah, basically. A weapon that was used to kill the Cadobian embassy staff member was the gun. But if that's the case, then where did a knife that was used to murder Mr. Faraday come from?
Isn't it obvious? He was brought into the courthouse by Mr. Rell. That's the only logical conclusion, right?
Screw logic.
No, because it's not that easy to smuggle a weapon like that in here. Every person who enters the courthouse doors is checked, thoroughly for contraband. Furthermore, the suspect was handcuffed, making it impossible for him to bring a knife as large as this inside.
In that case, how do you suppose this knife ended up inside the courthouse?
I need to think carefully here. There's nothing related to the knife written anywhere in Mr. Faraday's organizer. However, it is a fact that this knife came from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. Conversely, there's one item listed in Mr. Faraday's organizer that no one has claimed to have seen today. In order to solve this mystery, I believe I will need to take another good look at the evidence.
Miles Edgeworth, can I take the fact that you have yet to answer me? It means that you don't have an answer for me.
Actually, I do know the answer, Francesca.
What? Then what is it?
One of the pieces of evidence we've been holding has been hiding in secret of its own. It was through this piece of evidence that the knife was brought into the courthouse. The key.
Take that!
This Yatsuraku's key Mr. Faraday mentioned in his organizer. This is how the knife was brought into the courthouse.
You're not making any sense, Miles Edgeworth.
You just need to look a bit closer, Francesca, to see what I mean. You see the pattern?
Yeah. You can even see a little of the gold on the other side.
Don't the color and ornamentation of the key's handle remind you of anything?
They do remind me of the knife.
Very good. But both the Altagrasso's key in this photo and the murderer's knife have this very unique design on their handles. Furthermore, even though Mr. Faraday mentions the Altagrasso's key, the only object we found at the crime scene was the knife.
You don't seriously mean to say...
It appears that you finally caught up. And yes, I do mean to say that these two pieces are in fact one and the same.
But that's impossible!
Even if that is what you believe, we should still investigate this possibility.
Yeah.
Now then, let us examine this knife in a little more detail. You see how the pattern is that you can, like, fold it with the butterflies?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
I can't believe it turned into a key! The thing was such a trick to this thing.
So the weapon used to kill Mr. Faraday is actually the key to the Altagrasso stole. This piece of information is more critical than anything we've learned up until now.
Neato.
Frankly, I'm shocked.
Mr. Faraday only mentioned the key aspect of this piece of evidence in his organizer. It's possible that even he had no idea the key was hiding a knife blade inside.
But if that's true, then only someone who knew about the key to knife trick could have killed Mr. Faraday.
Even among law enforcement, this key was top secret. We're looking for someone who knew even more about the key than even Mr. Faraday. Meaning that the only person it could be is the one who sent the key in the first place. The great thief Yatsuraku.
So maybe Mr. Rell really was the Yatsuraku.
Nope, it was Detective Bad.
And he was the one who killed Mr. Faraday. Isn't that one possible scenario?
No, not really. Especially since Mr. Faraday was absolutely convinced that Mr. Rell was not the Yatsuraku. Besides, as Detective Bad said earlier...
But when we questioned Rell about what was sent along with the white card, Rell had no idea what it was.
I see. Alright then. I guess the person who knows the trick behind this key is someone else, and that person is the real Yatsuraku.
Into this key is truly the key to solving this case. Okay.
I don't necessarily think Callisto is Yatagarasu.
I don't think so either.
But I do think this is a Cadopian kind of thing.
Yes, I'm pretty sure this is like a Cadopian thing. This gun. It was originally used to kill the Cadopian embassy staff member. Ooh,
And this
excuse my
gun
hiccups.
turns into a knife.
Oh, that is very interesting. How does this turn into a knife?
I don't know, ask Ruby.
When the crime was reported, the responding police found Mr. Rail still holding it, which led to his immediate arrest.
And then, this gun took the original shooter's life. How ironic.
Indeed. Doesn't need to be anything else we can learn from this piece of evidence. Looks like a Tokarev or a Makarov to me. That's on. We short one piece of evidence. The piece that's missing is the surveillance video that was played in the court. Ah! The tape is probably in the TV still.
Probably.
In the VHS player. Is it called a VCR? It's called something specific.
I think it is a VCR.
The surveillance video?
I'm telling you, it's in the first room.
How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go?
The video is showing the moment in which Mr. Rail was committing the murder. Where could it have gone indeed?
Are you done with your inspection of the evidence?
Yes.
Yes, I'm finished. However, Your Honor, I am missing a single piece of prosecutorial evidence.
Your Honor, you derelict in your duties?
What? No, I dare not take my duties. What do you take me for?
No, Your Honor. The most important piece of evidence in today's trial, the surveillance video, is not amongst the evidence you laid out for me.
But I brought Mr. Faraday's whole bag with me from the crime scene. Maybe the tape is still around somewhere at the crime scene?
There's something wrong here.
We figured this out.
Yep. Something about this missing piece of evidence. It would appear that for me to find the answers I seek, I would have to pay another visit to the scene of the crime. Defendant lobby number 2.
Oh my god!
Wait, what?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Wait, what? Why is he here? What?
Holy shit! It's the end of the episode!
Ah!